So I was getting ready to run the vent for the shower. Rough framers are great people, but man, sometimes, yeah, look at that. Ugh. So here, I'll show you. All right, so this board is straight. It's pinned in this corner. It is not pinned in that corner. There's also, look at this. So this happens, you know, it's like, oh, I got a pipe here, I got 2 pipes here. No, we need to put the wall in, fuck it, cut it. Somebody, bam, bam, bam. Now, if you don't look for crap like this, so now I gotta try to wedge that over. I got a couple of ways of doing that. I'm gonna pin this corner with a screw, because I know this is all nice and tight. And that won't move. For this, I think I'm just gonna do the old hammer wedge trick. Yeah, see? Oh yeah, well, looking nice. Okay, gotta get more screws. Okay. I'm glad I caught that, because that would have been a nightmare. Realized the thing was crooked, so gotta unfuck it. Oh wow, I like it. It's Fuck It Friday. There, right there. That's our board. Can't stand when crap like this happens, because it's always like, feels like you're not making any progress. But I'm so glad I caught this, because putting the shower together would be a nightmare if that was that out of crooked. Out of crooked? Out of square. That's the ticket. So yesterday was a pretty pretty relaxing video for me. I'm usually full of a lot more energy than that, and what are you gonna do? Spend half the video sitting in a goddamn chair. So there's that. Thought I'd get a lot farther on the plumbing yesterday than I did, but we're gonna get it all done today. And yesterday I was talking about how these 2x6 ceiling joists. The challenge that I was thinking about yesterday was for a floor joist to carry weight. Do I have enough on each side? And it's gonna be close. I gotta look into the there's a guide for the Wood Council. What I think I'm gonna do is we're gonna laminate the sides of the joist, so that and all that means is we're just gonna put some plywood on each side to help reinforce and strengthen that. Anytime, in my opinion, anytime that you have a decision to, you know, overkill it, or, you know, make it like when it's on the edge of should I do this, should I not, if you do it, it usually makes the inspection process go a lot easier, because it's that stuff that the inspectors are gonna see, and then they realize that you know what you're doing and that you're not full of shit. And I don't know what it is lately, but it's not just on the internet, but just in general. Job sites is, I don't know about you guys, but I come across a lot of full shit assholes. And, you know, it's like, denial is one thing, but when you're just like, dude, you fucking suck. like, and they don't even know it. Like, they just like, oh, okay. It's a different world out there. So, anyways, I'm gonna glue this up. Of course I'm out of battery. Damn it. Oh yeah. The 3 amp hour battery is nice because it's shorter, so you can get, like yesterday I was in the ceiling over there and it was a tough spot. You had to get the right battery, but it doesn't hold much power. So anyway, so what I got going on here is I got another one that's gonna come up here for our vanity drain for this side, and then this one comes over to the other side for the other vanity drain. And then this vent goes up, it'll tee in the ceiling. You get the idea. Where's my coffee at? Oh fuck, it's all the way over there. Okay, I gotta stand up for this one. Okay. You'd think for 38 years old I don't have like the worst knees, but I have the worst knees. Sometimes I feel like us construction workers are like football players. You know, we got like a few good years in us, and then we got to stretch every morning. I never had to do any of that shit. I never had to stretch before I worked. But on the days that I don't, which is not today. Surprised that. I'm still grunting and moaning, but I'm able to kneel and stuff like that. But yeah, it takes a lot out of you. I use a level a lot for this stuff. And so first I want to get this, see that? That's why you got to hold it in place, because some sucker will grow on you. It's a grower, not a shower. Anyway, and then I set a level on top. So front to back, you want it level, because then that means that the next pipe you put in through the top is going to come straight up in the wall. If it's angled, it's going to come out of the wall. The other way, that's what this right here. See that little groove? So even like when it's chilled, when it's not even moving, and I got no straps on the pipe, I still got plenty of pitch, like whew, lots of pitch. So it's raining pretty hard outside, as you can probably hear. So I'm eating lunch early. And that way, I can go to the store. I don't have to worry about lunch later. One thing about me, I hate leaving the shop. Hate it. So I always try to bring my lunch. I hate going to the store. I want to get in, I want to get out. But today, the rain, there ain't a whole lot to do today. So I'm gonna eat my lunch. I gotta go to the store and get some fittings. We're gonna finish this thing up. Look at this rain. I might have to close my door. Getting wet inside? I gotta close the door. You're getting a whole tour. These doors are old airplane doors. So the whole thing just closes like that. And then there's one on the other side as well. All right, quick tour, and then I gotta go to the store. Well, I'm not going anywhere until this rain stops, but yeah. So we got some shelves here. Forklift. My table saw's got a big table, you know, I love that. I push a whole sheet by myself. I don't have to worry about anything. Over here, this used to be a little more lively. There's that radial arm saw that I put together a few days ago. I'll drop a link in the comment for that video. Planer, my oscillating 3-foot belt sander is awesome. It goes like this. I got my saw gear over here. This thing's pretty sweet. Dial in your number. So say like 72 inches. Bam. Maybe you need 36 inches. So that saves me a lot of time because I don't have to pull measurements for repetitive numbers. Now you know. So one of the tricky questions is how high should the vent bar be? And what I've always been taught is you want your vent, and for those of you who don't know what a vent bar is, you're gonna find out quick what it is. But as I lay it out, the vent bar is gonna come across here, and then it'll tee upwards and continue on up the wall here. But the vent's gonna come up out of this, over, tee up, and go out the roof. And that you want that vent bar to be at least 6 inches above the flood line. And the flood line is like, here, I'll show you. You gotta do some math. So let's say, because our vanity is about 33, our vessel sink, let's say at worst case scenario, it's 6 inches. That's our flood line. That would be like overflow of the sink. That's how I interpret it. So a lot of times people will be like, just put the vent at 48. And that'll work in this case. And the reason 48 works way better than say 54 is because on the other side of this is kitchen cabinets. And 54 is the bottom height of an upper kitchen cabinet. So you don't want to put it there or you're going to screw through your vent. And we want stinky kitchen. I decided to go at 61 inches because the faucets come out of the wall. And I didn't want that vent to be anywhere near where them faucets were going to be. So I just put them way up high. That way they're out of our way. There's really no rhyme or reason. They just got to be more than 6. The other thing you want to make sure you do is your tees, you want to make sure that it's swooping upward for a vent. That would be a violation of the code. And the other thing, you want to make sure that this thing's freaking straight in the wall, which it is. All right, so I drilled all the holes for the vent that's going to come across the ceiling here. I also gave my friend a call who's a structural engineer, and he told me because only these 3 in the middle, basically, they need to be supported. You got a wall supporting the one over here, and you also got a wall supporting the one over here. So the only 3 that need it are the ones that are just kind of hanging out in the middle. So there's 2 ways to go about this. One, you could go ahead and you can cut all these 3/4 inch blocks and just screw them all up first, and then take your drill and drill through all of it. I'm not a fan of that way of going about this. The way I like to do it is I'll center my block across there. Well, actually, I'll put a screw in there first. That way I'm not trying to hold the block and the screw at the same time. Clear anything out of the way that might be there. Take a framing square, hold that to the bottom, get it nice and flush. Put a screw in. Check the other side. Check the top. You don't want these poking out the top or anything. Then throw a bunch of screws in. My buddy suggested just 2 rows of 6, about 2 inches apart from each other. But this is the way I like to do it, is drill the big holes first, and then come back, drill one side, you know, blast through and on all of them. So put only one side up all the way, drill those plywoods, then put the other side up and finish off the holes. An amateur mistake would think like, oh, well, we'll just stack all these up on the floor and we'll blast a hole through the middle. And if you did that, it'd be all fucked up, because every single one of these holes is like 3/16 lower or 1/4 inch lower than the next on average. I mean, you know, you got some tolerance, but you want to create that 1/4 inch pitch inside the vent. So if you drill them all in the middle, that's your mistake. But I do like drilling with the bigger bit, because the wood chips, they just roll off. It's kind of crazy as I like lean on the 2x6. It'll go like that. I can, like, look at that shit. Like, it's a lot stronger. Even with just this little reinforcement, like I could do dips all day. Anyway, so all right, I gotta get the pipe in. All right, so got everything taken care of. It's getting kind of late, but I'll take you through what we did today. So here we go. So we came up out of the floor here. We had to turn, and then we teed over. We got our first lavatory here, second lavatory here. Out of here is our vent pipe that comes up, comes into the ceiling, ties in here. Our other vent comes up here, comes across from our vent bar, ties in there. We had to put these splices in. These turned out really nice. Reinforced everything properly, and then we come down here, and this is our shower vent. It's been fun hanging out with you today. I'll see you tomorrow.